Welcome back to SWAYAM course on Design Thinking and Innovation. This is week 4. We're going to be looking at a very interesting tool, mapping users according to the level of participation. Let's go ahead. So it's section T4, week 4. So the topic is trying to create user participant mapping. So let's look at user participant mapping. So we'll try to understand who are the user participants according to their level of participation or relationship or involvement with the topic or the area that you're trying to understand. It could be an organization, service, product, media, environment, right? And let's take, for example, hospital. So we've kind of classified according to primary users, secondary users, tertiary users, and quaternary users. Okay, and you'll see that if you look at primary users, it could be the patient, doctor, or the nurse. The secondary users could be the visitors, hospitality staff, the technical staff. Tertiary users could be the security personnel, maintenance staff, or the catering staff. Quaternary users are the ones who are not so connected, okay, but they are also part of it, like the medicine suppliers, the taxi or the auto services. So you see, we've kind of made levels of the users according to their level of participation. So primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. So if you can identify this, you kind of look at the world of the users with respect to your topic. Now, this exercise, do we do it individually or in groups? It can be done both ways. And of course, it's always more effective is sit in groups with different backgrounds and opinions. Yeah, the participant mapping can be done with your colleagues. How does it help? So what primarily it does is that it shows the relationship between the different users and the level of participation in your topic, right? The ones who are primary are very important, secondary next of importance, tertiary next in importance, and the quaternary is the next in importance. And if you map all this, okay, you'll understand who do you need to talk to, who do you need to understand. That is the part that you'll do while conducting primary research. So this becomes a very good case of understanding your user segments and trying to map the relationships. Yeah, and it's also known as the stakeholder mapping, all the stakeholders involved within your topic. So let's look at the steps in mapping. You draw the main topic in the center and identify all the users that need to participate. You can note them down. Then you draw concentric circles, the first level, the second level, the third level, right? And you can divide the circle into sections showing different environments. We'll show it how to do it. And you put the users in the different levels. And then you can actually find relationship between the different users and see how they are interconnected with each other. Okay, so these are the steps. Draw the topic in the center, identify the users that need to participate, draw the circles, divide the circles according to environment, place the users in appropriate levels and find their relationships. So let's look at it through an example. So this is actually toys for children, and you'll see that there are many users which can come when you're designing toys for children, from children themselves to their parents, to the siblings, to grandparents, to uncles, aunts, neighbors, friends, school teacher. Yeah, so the topic was actually the same topic, toys for children. Okay, so what we've done is that there are two environments we've looked at, home environment and the outside environment. So if you look at the home environment, you'll see that the children are here parents are with them, the child, siblings are over there, and then you have relatives, grandparents and neighbors, right? So the levels start differing. On this side again you have ones connected with you, the doctor, the babysitter, the teacher, friends, caretaker, right? And then you have the toy maker, the salesperson where you go and buy it, maybe the R&D person who's behind the toy itself, and so on and so forth. Okay, and yeah, at the outer level you have, for example, people who recycle toys. So you've divided it according to two environments and drawn these circles, and you put the users according to the level of participation within this. Yeah, so you can see that that's the primary level, that's the secondary level and the tertiary level, and you can actually interconnect the relationships, right? For example, the child is very much connected with, for example, friends, and yeah, and it's actually the toy maker who has to do R&D, and then have a salesperson who will sell it. The caretaker is connected to the child, and that could be connected to the grandparents. So you find this relationship between the participants. Okay, so this gives you a worldview of the users connected with the subject that you're trying to solve. Very simple, isn't it? So make it more interesting, you can use colors. So you can see the relationship very nicely. And you'll see that the darkest portion is the most important portion. And the arrows shows the relationship between the different users. Let's look at another example. This is service design for a bank outlet. It's been divided into two categories, from a customer's point of view and the bank personal point of view, two environments. The bright one is the primary level, then followed by secondary level and tertiary level. So let's look at it. The primary level, for example, is the customer. Secondary level for the customer is his relatives and colleagues. And for the bank, if there's a person with difficulty with seeing, would be an user that they have to take care of. So is the customer who cannot read and write, right? Whether it should be in the tertiary level or secondary level, one can debate and decide on it. But at the tertiary level is the person who comes to collect and recycle forms and things like that. The interior designer for the bank is important. Once in a while they have to come and make things all right within the center. The repair or the maintenance person is also very important. Okay, so this is from the customer's point of view, right? And then you look at it from the bank point of view. Okay, so you have the cashier, the service person, the manager, the forex person. Yeah, these are all different categories within the branch itself. You also have support systems, the security and the people who move things from one place to another. At the same time, they could be a catering person or a technician who's involved in it. Okay, so if you look at if you're going to design services within the bank itself, then all these people become important, but then you know who are primary, who are secondary, and who are probably tertiary. This is another example by Diksha. She has managed to map out the relationships. Her topic was second-hand clothes, how to make use of him. So she was actually doing a service design for second-hand clothes, and she has mapped out the primary users, the environments which they need to go to. Okay, and if you look at the outer level, it's R&D team, so on and so forth. Okay, recycling, So this becomes a mapping in which you know who are the most important users very pertinent to your topic. Let's sum it up. So how does it help? So it shows the relationship and the levels of participation on the importance of the different users that are part of the system. System for you is the topic that you've chosen. It will also help you users that you need to converse and talk to further understand the topic. So that was section T4, week 4. Thanks a lot for listening. Let's try to summarize the week 4. We have done the design process where we identified further secondary research to be done and mainly to understand users. We also looked at this tool which is to make a map out of the levels of participation of the users. We'll go on to the next section to apply this tool and then look at a case study.